Hey guys, is life kicking in the ass? We'll join the club by following us on Instagram, liking us on Facebook, and on Anchor, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. With us today is Jorge and Fran.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're going to talk about, do people care too much about what other people think?
Yes.
100%.
1,000%. Like,
Do you guys care too much about what other people think?
yes.
I like to say that I don't, but at my heart of hearts, there's always a part of me that overthinks everything and is always thinking like, what if I do this? Will that be okay? Or what if I do this other thing? Will that be okay? So my mind's always constantly running in circles about different situations that have not happened, but I created because I'm like,
In my
will
head,
this work or not?
every day I go through the same process. Like, even though I wear scrubs to work, I'm like, okay, those pants fit tight, but do you really want your long ass to show? Like, are people gonna look at them? Maybe you should change your shirt, wear a looser shirt. So every day, like in my everyday routine or my everyday thing, like I always think, what are people gonna say about me? What are people gonna think about me? Like that's just like a daily part of my routine. Like, I don't know, y'all don't go through that? Like, y'all don't stand there and you're like, oh, I should do this, or maybe I should do that, or...
Yes, I do
like
it
with your hair or something?
I don't do it with my hair, but I do it with like clothing. Sometimes I'll be like, if I, these pants are kind of tight, like
Right?
it will either look very good and everything will sit tight where it needs to sit, or everyone's gonna be thinking like, someone called the Pillsbury man, like Fran's looking like a whole busted can of biscuits.
Okay.
So yes, that I go to that myself.
I do too, honestly. I do it a lot less now that I have a girlfriend, but before that, it was like, okay, is she gonna think I'm fat?
Oh, don't even get me
Am I
started on
ugly?
going on dates, but yeah, keep going with your story.
But now, it's like I'm more confident too, just in myself, and now that I'm in a relationship, I'm like, I don't care what the other girls think, as long as she likes me, I'm good, right? Probably shouldn't have that attitude, but that's the one I have right now. But I do care what people think still, mainly in like what I say now, or like it's kind of changed to like the job I have, or like how much money I make, or like me, I'm still living with my parents.
Right.
You know, it's more like social status caring now, as opposed to like back then it was like, do I look good? Do I look bad? Do I smell? Kind of thing.
I hope you don't smell.
I mean, sometimes.
George be smelling funky sometimes.
You know, you sweat. It's after the gym. You sweat, whatever.
I don't know.
But I do agree with you because I do now sometimes like I'll go into my head and be like, am I doing enough? Because, like I have a friend who she graduated college, double major. I think she did it in, she's gonna hate me for this. But I believe she went into like Spanish and then don't remember the other one.
Is it the one we saw at the concert?
Yes.
Yes, she's so sweet.
And then she went over the summer, like after she graduated, she went to Spain and did like a mentorship at one of the schools there to like get more fluent in Spanish. And then now she's been accepted into the master's program in like a university in Texas. So she's now going for her master's degree. And she's going to be a speech pathologist. So, like to me, I like put myself there and I'm like, why can't that, like not being like I'm envious or whatever, but I'm just like, do I not have that same potential to like maybe do something like that?
Right. Well, I used to think the same way, and then I started thinking like, we don't have the same goals, right?
Yeah.
Like she's doing that, but at the end of it, she's like a speech
Pathologist.
pathologist, or maybe like a teacher.
Maybe you need to go.
I do. I have a lisp and a stutter. I don't know if you guys noticed it. You guys probably have if you listen to the podcast.
Just lists.
I have a stutter too.
He's learned how to control it, but yeah, he's got a stutter.
Yeah, but I mean, those are her goals, right?
Right.
Like for you, what are your goals?
Oh, we're getting deep.
Right.
Well, no, it's just quick because the topic is still. care too much about what
I
people
think
think?
for me, honestly, it goes back to like what we talked about the other day. I think for me, honestly, it's like going back to school and getting my degree. Like that's like my number one goal, like top number one goal. From there, and I want to do either like something business management or like marketing, and then go to like a job that's in that field, and
Right.
and then like go to a really like big company, like humongous, like because that's always like at the end of the day that's always been like something that I want to do, like be like working at like New York City in like one of these big offices.
Take me with you.
Like that's on. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, like that's my goal. That's what I at the end of the day, like if all is said and done, that's what I want to be like doing. Living in like a really big city. It doesn't have to be New York City. That's like the only one that comes to mind when I'm thinking like really big buildings. But like doing something like that.
You can go to
And
Chicago.
working for like a major like big brand like Google, Apple, things like that.
We'll see. Different goals, different time frames,
Yeah.
everything. And I think it's just social media has changed it now to where like we have to compare ourselves to everyone else, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
do y'all do this? Like, well, you probably don't because you're not much on social media.
Right.
But do you wake up in the morning and you like look through your feed and see what's new before you even get out of bed?
No, because I'm always in a rush in the morning. But
Oh, damn.
throughout,
Once you get to work,
yeah, but throughout work I will.
And I
But-
sit there and I compare myself to these people and I'm like, how can you actually afford this? Like, how does your job, waitressing, no offense, like I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but how does it like sustain this lifestyle? Like, how can you go out and party every weekend? How do you like take these trips? Like, something doesn't add up. And I'm always like looking at myself, I'm like, I don't get paid trash, even though I get paid pretty well, but I can't afford all this. I can barely afford to live with my parents. Yeah, I compare myself to them a lot.
yeah, I think social media wasn't supposed to be used for that, but I think that's what it's kind of like made people develop. It's like you become self-conscious of yourself.
Yeah,
Like-
you do. You doubt, am I at my full potential? Which I know personally I'm not. Like I know, and I think for me a lot of things also, and this goes back to like the original topic, like, do you care about what people think? Because when I was in school, a lot of my teachers would be like, oh, I know you can do big things. Oh, I know, like, whenever you're out of here, like, I know I'll, like, read about you or hear about you. And that's always at the back of my mind. I'm like, am I letting them down? Like, they had so much, like, faith and confidence in me, that they knew that I would make something out of myself. But am I achieving, to the point that they were thinking of or, like, seeing me as?
Yeah, same here. I think that added stress is crazy, right? Because same thing with me and the teachers. They'd always talk to me and they'd be like, if I had to choose a student, of this class, you'd be the most likely to succeed, right? And I'm looking back, I'm like, I haven't succeeded at all. So, it's like, am I not to my full potential? Because I see everyone else, I'm not on social media a lot, but I do see them like graduating college, getting good jobs, starting families, and I'm like, nope, not for me yet. So
Well, I don't want to start a family, but I mean, everything else.
I mean, at some point I want a family, just not right now. Like, I feel like I'm not where I need to be in life. And I feel like I still have a lot to experience. Like, I still want to jump out of an airplane. I want to go paragliding. I want to do some crazy shit. So I feel like I'm not.
and we have to
Not
remember,
ready for
people
a family.
only post the best things in their life.
Yeah, like, I don't post when I feel like crying in my bathtub. Like,
Right.
who posts that?
Like me on Saturday night.
Like, it's one of those things, like, we share when we're at our highest, but we don't like to share when we're at our lowest. Like, it's just like, no, I can't let people see me, I can't let people know that I'm upset, or whatever. And it's hard. It's like, why don't you show the other day when you were drunk, wasted, and your friends were watching you puke on yourself? I'm just saying, I saw that the other day about a girl. So I had to bring that up somehow.
Well, bringing it back to the main topic, what are some things that you guys, due to like caring too much about what people thought about you or what you were doing or thinking, that you didn't do? Like,
Oh, like me, I thought so much about what people thought about me, even going through high school, because all of George's teachers were my teachers. Like, I never got through school, like, without them being, oh, you're George's little sister. Like, yeah, but I'm also my own person, and I was always compared to him, so I was always like, I can't do this because I'm not good enough to do it. Like, I'm not as good as George. So that was always, like, a big thing with me. So I was like, whatever, I'll just do enough to make it by.
But the question was...
Sorry, I got distracted.
No, it was a nice story.
I can't keep track.
I thought you were going to hit the question. I was like, okay, this is cool. This is leading. This is going there.
To be completely honest, I forgot the question half wasn't right.
The question was like, what have you not, like, what opportunity have you passed up, or what, like a new adventure have you not taken due to caring too much about what people are going to think about you? Like, for example, here, I'll give you an example. For me, it was like back in the day in high school, me and my friend had a YouTube channel, and we did gaming videos, right?
Which I sponsored. I sponsored all their crazy stuff. I paid for everything for them to do this. And they were like, we're going to pay you back. We're going to pay you back. I still have yet to see a penny from that money.
Oh, you better have, like, listed on here, thanks to our sponsor, Sandy.
Yes, thanks to
Well,
our
we were going to give her once, whatever.
I'm
All
sorry,
right,
they're shaded.
moving forward. So, we started a YouTube channel, gaming YouTube channel, and we were doing really good. We had 300 subscribers in like 3 weeks. And I'm pretty sure most of them were from like Sandy sponsoring us, whatever. We were little kids, and we were pretty good at Call of Duty. It was Call of Duty gameplay, right? And so we were doing those videos. We had a couple videos out, like 3 or 4 videos out, and so we were doing really good. But it was just due to that stigma, like, what are people gonna think about us, that we didn't really keep pursuing it, and we didn't really share it with other people. Because we're like, they're going to think we're like nerds or like weirdos, so we're not going to do that. And then after high school, like right when podcasts kind of started coming out and becoming more known, I was like, I'm going to start a podcast, right? But then the same thing happened. I was like, nah, people are going to think I'm a weirdo. They're not going to like, they're going to be like, what the fuck is he doing? He's not doing anything with his life, right? I was like, everybody else is going to college and I'm over here trying to do a podcast. And I didn't do it. And then looking back now, like, where would I have been had I actually pursued those, right? That's an example of what I was kind of asking.
Do you have one?
Yeah, mine's similar to his because, like, back in high school, this was when, like, YouTube was, like, major.
Why does everything bring us back to YouTube?
Because, YouTube still is, like, a big part of my life because I'm always on YouTube, like, watching videos. But
Me too. I don't even like the videos sometimes I watch.
Oh, I like all the videos I watch. But
I'll watch some that I
there was like, it was like the video I was watching was like a truth or dare video where the person that was presenting was like doing like 2 truths and like a dare.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the video, the person challenged his like subscribers to like post a response into their thing. So, like, my dare was going to be, like, I'm posting, like, this YouTube video because, you know, I would never do that. Like, I'm on free will. So I was like, I'm going to post this. And
He's doing it of his own free will this time.
Yeah, I'm doing it on my own free will this time. But, like, it wasn't funny because, like, again, I didn't want, like, anyone to know. Right. So I had, like, an iFunny. Like, do you guys know what iFunny is?
Yeah.
Okay, I had an iFunny account. I posted it to that account because I'm like, no one on here, like, I don't know anyone, and in my thought I was like, a lot of people are gonna like look at it and maybe like go watch it because it's on here, right? But again, it goes back to like, I didn't want like anyone close to me know about it, but I did have some of like my close friends be like, hey, I posted this YouTube video, go watch it, and they were like, oh my god, it was like funny or whatever. But then my sister, little brat that she is, somehow I guess maybe I told her, or she ended up finding out that I had posted the video. So of course she goes and tells my mom, and my mom's, you know, a lot of like Hispanic parents are like, no, you're not going to be on social media. You're not going to do this. You're not
Don't expose your family.
Right, don't expose yourself like that. So she was like, take it down right now. So my dreams of becoming a YouTube sensation were crushed. But I think like at that time, I'm pretty sure like I had like 200 views, which like at that time I didn't know 200 people. or you know,
Ooh,
that who
that's
wanted
cute.
to like see or listen to what I have to say. But 200 people like, you know, watched the video, and like some people even like, because I read the comments, you know, and there was like, oh, because I think like some of my truths were, I guess like about how I was like being bullied or something like that. So I was talking about my experience with that, and they're like, oh, that was so great. That's like helped me a little bit, whatever. So.
You were bullied?
Oh, yes, ma'am, Pam.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight y'all if I find out who was bullying Fran.
If you're one of the 200 viewers for Fran, he is now on YouTube under All I Know Is My Name. So.
And if you were
stop
the
by.
bullies, watch yourself.
What about you, Sandy?
Oh God, I don't know. I tried out for the soccer team.
Wait, you didn't try out for the soccer team?
I didn't try out for like. Oh God, I'm crying because I'm laughing on the inside. Oh, it was so bad. So I didn't want to try out because it was. When did I try out? Like my 7th grade year. It was in middle
Something
school.
like that, middle school.
Yeah. And I didn't try my 6th grade year because my parents were always like, you're unathletic, like you're not gonna do well, you know. So I was like, I guess I cared. I probably.
Turns out they weren't wrong about that part.
Oh my God, I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard. Okay. So I was like, I'm gonna try out this year. So I guess I kind of broke it. I went and tried out, and I figured out that I am not athletic at all. I'm actually really clumsy. I kind of got 2 left feet. I don't know how I can walk, honestly. Like, like if you.
It's a miracle that I'm walking today.
Seriously? Like if y'all ever hang out with me, you know I'm always tripping over things or like stumbling, or I like walk to one side. Like I don't walk straight. I like walk to the side.
You wander. You're like, oh, what's over here?
Yeah, no. So my parents were like, "You're not gonna do good. Like, just don't try out." But I was like, "I'm gonna try out." So
She's like, I'm gonna show them.
Yeah. So I was wrong. I went out and I was so bad. I couldn't get the ball between the cones. Like my legs didn't know what the hell I was doing.
I did that a little bit too when I was in elementary school. So I think it was like 5th grade year going into like middle school. I used to be in like the district where they had like a really big like art program. So like my middle school, going to the middle school, that's like for all the artists, theaters, like it was major, right? And I've always wanted to like do that. I've always, even though like I hate being in front of people, I've always wanted to like internally be like on the stage and like entertain people. Like even if I'm a clown right now, like, you know, I'm still entertaining you. But so I wanted to try out for like the chorus, right? And everyone was like, you don't even know how to sing. Like, what are you even gonna do? And I was like, I don't care what you say, because I feel like I'm a great singer, so I'm gonna try out. And then that's, you know, I tried out. It was cute. The teacher was like coming in between like everyone and like listening to how they were singing. And then I broke down. Because 2 weeks later they sent out the results, you know, in a little letter, and they're like, unfortunately. You will not be in chorus. And I was like, well shoot, maybe people were right. Maybe I can't sing. And now going back to it, I'm like, people were right.
Is that
I
why,
really
is that
can't
why you
sing.
don't want to sing karaoke?
That's not why, but
It might.
It might be.
Because of the back of my head, I'm like,
I can't
chorus,
sing.
my chorus.
He's having
failure.
flashbacks as you're singing over there.
Because I was like, even in the audition, I was like, I think I'm killing this. Like, there is no.
What song did you sing?
It was just random songs.
Oh, we had to do like pitches, like blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it was like that, but like different, like, you know, little songs or whatever. But so yeah, my drama dreams were crushed.
Yeah, I was never really told I couldn't do anything. I don't know.
I was always really good at most things I did, so
Oh, okay.
I mean, you.
yeah. Except life. Life has really kicked my ass.
No, I was always told, you know, like you can do whatever you want. As like growing up, my dad always like was, besides sports, like he was always really supportive of whatever I wanted to do. Like I went through chorus. Apparently, I was pretty good at chorus, you know, but
You can sing. I mean, I have that clip from you from the karaoke night. You can sing.
I don't know about that.
We used to go to
She
her
can
chorus
sing.
concerts. Me and my mom, we'd have to like sit all the way at the top because my mom doesn't like sitting in the middle or the front. So we had to sit all the way in the back, and it was like the top, and like
Yeah.
But Sandy was pretty good.
She sings well. Like I've
love
never heard her
hers.
sing before. Well, like unless I was in the car, but it was, well, at least to me, and it was never really serious.
Yeah, we were just messing around. You know, Cardi B came on. We were like,
Yeah. But then like she went out there when we went to karaoke, and like I thought, because I'm like, I don't sing well, so I'm like assuming Sandy's not gonna sing like really well, right? No, but no. I'm just saying that as like, because we're friends, like we have to have something in common. So singing well might be one of them. So she gets up there, and I'm just like, ooh, this girl, she's hitting every note, and it's in Spanish, which, to be completely honest, I think I sound better in Spanish than I do English.
Damn.
At least that's what I like to say in my head when I'm singing. I'm like, oh, I'm killing this verse, honey.
I think I sound different in Spanish than I do in English. Like, I feel like my Spanish voice is more mature than my English voice is. Do y'all feel like that sometimes?
I don't know.
Anyways, we're getting off topic. But, I don't know. I'm a mess when it comes to, like, that stuff we were talking about earlier.
What were we talking
About what other people's thoughts, how they influence and
Yeah, like,
prevent us
I
from
take
reaching our
everybody's
goals.
opinion way too hard. Like, way too much to heart. Like, if you're like, you look fat in that dress, I'm burning the dress. Like, it's
So
never
don't be
gonna
mean in the comments if you comment.
If
Comment,
you
but don't
make
be
fun
mean.
of my scrubs, I'm not gonna listen to you because I paid way too much money for these to burn them. Like dresses and shirts and pants. Like if you're like, girl, you should have gone up a size on those pants. I'd probably be like, you're right,
You're
and
right,
like hide them for like. No, but I really do. Like I don't know if it's like this for guys, but I think as girls we take everything so to heart when you like say things like that. Because we already compare ourselves to like models and stuff. Like I think it's just so hard, and especially to like hear it from somebody in person. It's like, do you know how hard it was for me to like think I look nice today? For you to like crash me like. Urgh!
So me and this is funny. Well, this is the same topic, but me and my sister, we went out to eat the other day, and I wasn't even saying anything, right? And she was just like, you look so fat. Oh, she was taking a photo of me, and she's like, you look so fat. And I was like, okay, thanks. Thanks a lot. That's really nice of you. And she's like, at the end of it, I think, this past weekend has been kind of like tumultuous for me. So I was having like really lows. Everything that, was being said to me really got to me. So she said that to me. I was like, well, thanks a lot. Thanks for bringing me down. And so then she says, and I quote, she was like, she was like, I was just joking. If you want to take it seriously, that's on you. I was like, okay, so basically you're telling me to shove my emotions and my feelings down the drain because it's not how you meant it. Which a lot of people, I think this goes to like, again, the topic saying, how we always like take whatever everyone else is saying, especially like the negative, and we're just like.
And oh my god, like there's days where you can say something like as easily as, I don't know, your shoes untied, and I would like break down. Like it's just the drop that's gonna send me over. Like I'm just like, you hate me. Like you don't like my personality, and I'm like, girl, like get it. Like afterwards, I'm like, girl, get it together. Like you just said your shoe was untied, but like it comes back to like I guess like that affects your confidence.
Yeah.
And like it just starts to build up. Like if you don't talk about it, it builds up.
That's why I brought it up. Because I don't know if you guys have read it, but there's Jordan Peterson came out with a book, 12 Rules of Life.
I was supposed to read the book.
Sandy
I
has
bought
it. Sandy bought it. She hasn't read it. I read the book for her. So the first part is he's talking about pretty much that. It's kind of hard to summarize the title, but I'll summarize the chapter, right? So he talks about how he uses lobsters, right? So what happens is lobsters are a lot like humans, right? Like they release serotonin when they're happy. They release, I forgot the other chemical when they're like sad or depressed, right? Like humans do. So when lobsters are like down on the seafloor and they're trying to find new shelter or mates or whatnot, they'll usually fight, right? And a lobster that wins keeps winning because they have like high serotonin. They're like happy. They're on top of the world. You know, they're the big men. And lobsters that lose until they die. And that's pretty much what caring too much about what people say can do to you. So like
it's like falling into like a depression.
Sort of. Like if people tell you you're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're never gonna be anything in your life. Like all of that builds up, and you become like a loser, like a lobster loser, right?
Because then you then
it becomes your truth.
Assimilate that into yourself.
And your body starts releasing those chemicals, so you're sad. Like even good stuff that happened to you, you're not gonna pay attention to it because you're sad about it. Like your body's used to being in that sad mood. So people that are used to winning will continue to win. Like even if bad things happen to them, like they still have that confidence from like before. They're like, oh, this was a fluke, right? This wasn't supposed to happen, kind of thing.
It was an oopsies.
Yeah, that's why like you think about it and you're like people who do good in school, like study wise, they keep doing good after school, right?
Yeah.
People who are like star athletes, that's why they do good, because they keep doing that. Like that same, like they're used to winning, they're used to being praised, that just continues. And so people who don't do too good, unless they somehow changed it once they got out of high school, like it just keeps going down, it keeps building. And same thing on social media, like when people are like they're good to you, like they're nice to you. Like you see these YouTubers, right? Like they can be on top of the world, like a lot of people tell them good stuff, but they only pay attention to the bad stuff, so it builds up, and they go into depression and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of goes into saying as well, you know, like people, I guess successful people who turn their mistakes into like learning opportunities. That's also another thing. Like they also have to have that mentality of, or not mentality, but like I guess good things have happened to them. So that way, like if they do make a mistake, or if they, you know, do have like a failure, they somehow turn it around to success because they manage to like not be brought down by it.
Yeah, so the main thing I kind of want to get with this episode is that just changing the way you view things can change the outcome of your life.
That is true, because I have noticed that even like going to work, like I'm not even gonna lie, I had a pretty bad attitude going to work at like a room office I was working at. I hated it. I was just like, I was always angry. Like I was always mad. I was like, this is the worst job ever. And like my attitude, and just I felt depressed. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to do anything at all. And then I started working with this doctor, and just like I got peppy again, you know? I got happy. I started wanting to do things. I was going out with friends. And now that I have a new boss, I guess just like my attitude towards it's been like, he came and took the place of your really good boss. Like he's gonna be a crappy boss. He may not be, like he's not a bad guy. It's just I think my mentality and like my attitude towards it, like
Yeah, so
it's been kind of shitty, I guess.
So just changing the way, like even if you fail, just be like, it's just another way not to do it again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing. So that kind of wraps up this episode, guys. Because we want to keep them short so that people actually listen. Because you guys don't listen if it gets too long. You're like, nah, I'm going to skip that one. Give me the cliff notes or something. But
for real, some of y'all be like, can you summarize it for me? Like, no, you gotta listen to it.
yeah, so
Plus, it takes too much
I guess
time.
in conclusion, what we want to like challenge our viewers or listeners is to make sure any opportunity that you have. I guess this goes back to like our last episode where I was talking about like you don't know what people are going through. So you know, sometimes giving people a little bit of praise will go a long way and make me turn them around.
Right, like Fran told me today that Alex is cute, and I walked into my scrubs, so I know he's mine. But it made me feel so good about myself. I was like, okay, I'll sit down and do the podcast.
So for a challenge, I want you guys to brag about yourselves on the comment section, or brag about someone you know.
Yeah, compliment someone, tag them, and you just tell them something good about themselves. Girl, go on, okay?
Yeah, this person.
Yeah, so just comment down there, brag about something they did, something you did, and then we'll go ahead and read some out loud next episode. And we want to thank you guys for listening. We're getting right next to the mark. We'll be on again Friday. This is our first episode, so we want to thank you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Yes. Let's go ahead and film another one.
What do you guys want to talk about this time?
I don't
Should we
know, I
change?
thought you thought.
Do we need to change?
Yeah.
I don't have any clothes to change.
You want a sweater? Hoodie?
They're gonna think, what is wrong with Fran? What if we just change positions?
It's a look.
It's a shirt. They're gonna notice that shirt. You're right there. Let's get you
That's what
a
I
hoodie.
said. What if we change positions?
Get you a hoodie. A jacket.
So we're talking about this one. Since we kind of talked about, you didn't let me talk about the Lizzo thing.
What happened to Lizzo?
Okay, we were running out of time. We like to go offside.
Outside.
I mean,
Oh, I didn't stop recording.
stop it.
Wait, what if we're not even recording?